didn't throw you on the bus.
So how you guys doing? You excited for the season?
Yeah, I'm excited. This offseason's been really good for us, I think. Working really hard with just the training we've been doing, kind of like relying on the training to work on our mental strength, I guess, to stay locked in through like the hard parts of workouts. So I think we're ready. I'm excited for this season.
Yeah, I'm super excited as well. Just like he said, all the workouts been preparing us for the season, and everyone's bought in to what our coaches are telling us, what our strength coaches are telling us. So I'm excited to see where we'll take it.
You guys were picked 6th in the preseason poll. That irk you a little bit? Do you not care? Or are you guys focused on other things?
Really, we're focused on just the season, moving past, last season, and just to pick up from where we left off. I think that, we want to set a tone and to let people know that, we're a different team and that we'll come out and get it done.
We might be like ranked 6, but we feel like we're number 1. So
There you go. Duke, Duke, I believe you guys have had a few more offensive linemen come in. How have you started bonding with them? What is the relationship like with some of those newer guys?
It's been good. Like when new guys come in, the culture's already there, so they kind of see other players, the steps, like the process that we go through. So it's been really good. Like all the new transfers coming in, kind of like learning the playbook. They kind of picked it up pretty fast, to be honest. Kind of knowing like the scheme and things like that, but just kind of changing our language and stuff like that to their language so they can understand it better. But overall, it's been pretty smooth with the new guys. Yeah.
What have you seen out of Kadir so far, just from what you guys been doing?
What I've seen so far from him, he's a hard worker. I see him coming in for extra work a lot, doing the little things like that. So that's a good sign to see in a guy that's coming in, trying to earn his spot, on this team and stuff like that. And also, he's a big boy. That is a big boy. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Duke, I wasn't there in the spring, but I read that you said you told Dante to calm down and breathe. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about that? What was that situation?
Well, just knowing like him, Dante, he's a very outgoing kid. Likes to talk a lot. And being a young kid, like those moments can get like that. So you just kind of talk to him sternly, like, hey, calm down, like, take it easy, take a deep breath, and you'll be fine. Just kind of get the message across,
Was he hyperventilating? What was going on?
It was just more like I could just tell, like being like. We both played when we were younger, freshmen, so I could just see it in his eyes, like, oh, he's kind of getting to that point, so just gonna kind of calm him down and just settle back in, lock in, and refocus.
Did you see growth in that area as the spring progressed?
Yeah, definitely. Even the other like older linemen, just kind of like communicating, hey, like speak up, just trying to see like the little things we noticed, trying to help him like become more of a leader, I guess, out there, kind of grow into being more confident playing for us. Yeah.
I guess, he could be the starter in the opener. What would be your confidence level given he's a true freshman to lead you guys?
I think whoever is named the starter, they'll be ready regardless. I don't think Coach Kelly would put anybody not prepared. And even if he does end up starting as a young kid, he'll be ready for that first game.
With a new starter quarterback, how much does that put extra pressure on you? Because, you've got that close relationship with whoever the quarterback is.
I'm kind of comfortable with all of them, honestly. Like, they're all good guys. Even Colin Schlee coming in this past offseason, like getting to know him has been really good. And just every quarterback, I can bond with any one of them, which I think is an asset to our team, and just how close we are, it kind of speaks to that. So, yeah, whoever's ready to go, I think they'll be good, and we'll have that good relationship.
What can you guys say about the defense? You being on the defense itself and you on the opposite side, how's that going? What's the evolution of the defense right now?
I'd say for the defense, it's a lot of just learning, a new defense. Rest in peace, Bill McGovern. But yeah, basically just learning a new defense. And we're a young team too. We have a lot of returners, but we're also a young team. And to get everyone on the same page as us, and we'll be dialed in. Defense will be dialed in, and yeah, we'll be prepared.
Yeah, kind of just going off of that, like. Especially now, like it's hard going against our defense in practice, like they're a solid group, so that's also a good sign. Like when I hate going against them in team practices, the other team must hate going against them too. So yeah, like the D-line, they're all good, they're all locked in, ready to go for this year. I think that's the difference between the defense is like everyone, they've seen it what they did last year, and now everyone's just kind of like just turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, going off that too, because It's nice that the D-line and the outside linebackers are together and have the same coach, so it's the same terminology. We're on the same page, and if we have a conflict, it'll be brought up amongst all of us and not just the outside linebackers, not just the D-line. So that was a big plus too.
Speaking of Bill McGovern, have you guys talked about how you may honor him during the season, whether it's a decal or something on the helmets or anything along those lines?
We have a new workout shirt and it says we can do hard things, and that was his motto, his personal motto and his motto for his family. Our coach would tell me that he had it up on the wall in his house just to remind him and his family that because everyone goes through hard times, everyone goes through adversity, just to know that you can overcome that, and we can all do hard things.
What was his biggest impact on you, would you say?
I think that he filled that father kind of role for a lot of people. He was soft-spoken, but when it came down to the sport, he showed his love and passion for it, and that's what we can respect, and that's why I loved him as I was being coached by him, mentored by him.
You've been in Westwood now for a year. You were in Washington before.
Yeah.
You had football kind of taken away from you for a little bit. What's the comparison living down south versus up in the Northwest?
It's the sun, honestly. When I was in Seattle, I never got to see it, but now I'm getting tan, and it's been good. Yeah.
To go from where you were last off season, when it was still kind of touch and go as far as coming back, to now be in the position you're in, where you're talked about as one of the premier edge rushers in the country, essentially. What is that feeling like for you right now?
It's a crazy feeling. I've never lost, my passion and love for the game. It will always still be there. But it's just different, just knowing, being acknowledged for what you did on the field. It's just different than being a nobody that I was. So, yeah.
Duke, how much center you played at UCLA so far?
Honestly, my career has been all over the place. Started left guard, right guard, but
Where do you like playing the best then?
I like center the best. Honestly, I think I found a home there. Starting off as last year, getting the job and just kind of starting all the games this past season. It kind of helped me feel more comfortable in the role, especially at center. We have to know a lot, kind of lead the O-line, things like that. So
Are you making the calls at the line when you walk up?
yeah. So that's the center's responsibility usually. So just kind of accepting that role and being more comfortable at the center position, that really helped me.
How much pulling do you do? I'm sorry. How much pulling do you do as the center?
I like to say I'm pretty athletic, so hopefully I'll be in the scheme a lot this year. Yeah.
When you were playing as a true freshman, you were, 260, 265?
Yeah, I was
something
about
like
265.
Where are you now, and how's that how's that process
yeah.
been of having to gain mass and all that?
The math, it's been hard, but I feel like I'm in a good spot right now. I'm around 290 right now. Put on some muscle mass this past off season. Really working with our nutrition guy to kind of put it on the right way.
Right.
Because it was a slow process for me. Because I didn't want to just gain 20 pounds of McDonald's. You know what I mean? So I wanted to gain it right, and I think I've grown into my man body a little bit too. So I'm excited for this year.
What's the biggest challenge with that? Is it just having to take in that many calories essentially?
Our nutrition guy likes to say it's like a full-time job.
Right.
You think once workouts are over, okay, I can just go back to the room and chill out.
Right.
But no, your mind's still got, okay, when's my next meal? So that's the hardest part about it.
Yeah.
So.
You guys probably read what happened at Northwestern over the summer, or not over the summer, but previously. Do you feel like there's kind of safeguards in place at UCLA to prevent, hazing and things like that for you guys?
That's never been really a thing with us. I don't know. That's never been a thing.
How do you
Do you
guys?
think that's a culture thing? Just because that's
I
the way
think the way Chip runs it, that's zero tolerance for that kind of stuff. So, and we feel the same way about it, as being the leaders of that. So if we see something that we don't like, we're gonna say something about it. Yeah, that's just the culture.
You guys have the thing where you roll over the turf after a fumble. How do you kind of separate that from punishment from hazing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How do you draw the line between something like that and hazing?
Well, you just got to be accountable for what you do, I guess, on the football field. We know kind of what we need to do, what everyone needs to do to have a successful job, I guess. So when you and everyone has to be accountable for each other. So when things don't go your way, you gotta take that responsibility on your own. That's it.
Was that kind of the craziest stuff you've heard as far as hazing stuff?
I didn't Oh, I'm not remembering now, but yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I didn't really want to know too much about
Yeah, I
it.
didn't-
to be
yeah.
honest. Yeah.
That's right.
We didn't even read it. Our strength coach kind of gave us a rundown before
Like a
one of the
quick
workouts.
thing.
Yeah, it was just like, y'all know that's not tolerated, and went to our lift.
Yeah.
Has any of that stuff been within your experience, not necessarily at this level, maybe high school or before that, or even pretty clean?
I mean, there's always joshing around, but to that extent, I don't know. I don't know what extent it was. I can't really talk about it, but I mean, of course you're gonna have fun, but maybe that wasn't the right type of fun.
Yeah, it wasn't the right thing.
Yeah, Coach Kelly likes to say it's a player-led program. So do you guys feel like you're kind of in charge of making sure that stuff?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. It does. It definitely leans on us, and especially the leaders on the team.
When it has to like do with stuff that involves us, then we're definitely kind of in like that process of trying to figure out what's best for the team. So,
Yeah, like maybe I don't let like the freshmen play music in the locker room for the first year,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, do the
Gotta-
freshmen
gotta
have
have
like
some law,
duties?
right?
Do they have to carry bags or anything? I mean, is there like a freshman?
We don't
thing?
have any dudes.
yeah, see, we don't even go to that extent of trying to put like the freshmen down.
Yeah.
So like our coach is like, if you're good enough, if you're good, like you'll find a spot, you know, you'll play. So
Well, I remember when I was at UW, there's like no dancing in the locker room unless like you've been on the field. Yeah.
So what you say is, once a player steps into the UCLA program, it's all business, and you guys just take it from there.
Yeah, it's all business once you step into the UCLA locker room.
yeah, when we're in the facility, then yes, we know what we gotta do.
I feel like we're so more focused on what like we want to accomplish and workouts and all that. Like we don't even think about like treating the freshmen a certain way or treating newcomers a certain way. It's just hopefully they understand what we want to accomplish and they tag along and do what they need to do to contribute to the team.
Two guys who play on the line of scrimmage at media days. Is this a big moment for you?
It is, we were talking about this earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
D-line and the O-lineman, yeah. It's crazy.
Poly boys too.
They have 2 poly boys, yeah.
Latu, there's a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of talent in this conference.
Yeah.
How excited are you to go up against some of those different guys and to kind of challenge yourself and to challenge the defense?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Like, there's like literally like 4 like top first round picks like in the Pac-12, and I have to bring my A game every time I play a Pac-12 team. But I'm really excited. I'm excited to go against Cam Rising again. He's someone that's really hard to take down. I'm really excited to be able to play against him.
Is the goal to try and get a set? I mean, you're not playing Washington.
No, we're not,
State,
yeah.
right? So, or maybe you a little disappointed. Maybe, yeah. Don't want to rule it out. Maybe
That's
good.
true,
That's
that's
good.
true.
That's
Want to go
good.
against them now, and they
Yeah, I
can't,
know.
they can't get back at you.
But is that something maybe you're disappointed about? That at least they're not on the schedule, but there's the maybe.
I know I'm disappointed just because I wanted to play them again. But on the other hand, like maybe last time playing them was a win. So
Yeah.
What can you tell us about Jake Wiley? Obviously, he had experience starting both tackle positions in Colorado. What does he bring to the offensive line?
Jake Wiley, that was an easy guy to bring in. Just coming from another Power 5, he kind of understood what it is to like actually work hard, and he understood like the scheme and things like that. Like I mentioned earlier, he's just trying to change our terminology into like his terminology. So that's kind of been, I wouldn't say a difficult part, but I guess the most challenging because so far he's been picking it up very well. Yeah.
Is there one particular thing that maybe stands out already, as you've seen him for the first time?
Just how like smooth his transition was, honestly. Just seeing him like kind of just waltz in there, kind of know things already, kind of know the playbook. Like it's kind of good to see that, like, because we have like O-line get-togethers, I guess, to watch film, go over like the first couple installs or whatever. Like when we ask him questions about the playbook, he kind of knew it right away on the own. So that's a good sign. Like that's something we can just move past, I guess, and just focus on what needs to be focused on.
What's your guys' perspective on what Colorado did this offseason in terms of turning over that roster? What's the player perspective on that and kind of that, I don't know, cutting a bunch of guys from the roster essentially?
yeah, I mean I guess that's their coach's way of handling things, but I don't really know. I don't pay too much attention to them really. I'm more so focused on what we got going on
Sure.
and developing us so that we're ready to play against them with whatever they bring.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's just the way of doing things. Like, can't really speak about it, you know. Like, we'll see how they are this year.
Yeah.
Can you guys talk about your decisions to come back this year versus the NFL and what went into that for each of you?
It was a pretty quick decision. I felt like I still had more meat on the bone. Like I said, kind of want more things out of this year. Like being the leader now, you know, especially last year having like 2 NFL guards next to me. Like that was a great season. So kind of now just being the voice on the inside, and we'll see how that is. So I'm excited for that.
For me, it's more so that, you know, last year went really great. I had a great time playing, like for the best time of my life, and I want to do that again. And I think I have a lot left to prove as well.
Was there an element to your proving you're healthy to the NFL at least?
That didn't go too much into it. It's really just my love for the game, and I haven't been in college football for that long and playing on the field in college football for that long. I want to be able to do it again.
You were the National Comeback Player of the Year. Can you talk about winning that award?
I think that award put everything into perspective for me, and to know that, you know, I'm really back and doing what I love, and like, you know, the whole 2-year span of me not playing football, and my whole mentality through it all brought me to that moment, and it was a really special moment for me, and I'll treasure that till the day I die.
How do you keep up your hunger after winning an award like that?
I didn't think too much of the award, honestly. You know, I got it. You know, our department said I won that, but you know, I still had workouts that day, still had extra work that day, and same as usual.
Was it a trophy or something you could take home, or?
It was like a football with like my name on it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where'd you put it?
Displayed somewhere.
It's like on the top of my dresser in my room. Yeah.
So you said that Coach McGovern, you guys are going to honor him with the slogan. Have you had a chance to figure out what Lynn's slogan's going to be, or any sort of messaging from him yet? Have you figured him out at all?
He's only been here for a short time. We only got to see him for spring camp, but I don't know what his motive would be. He's more like
I guess just have you kind of figured out what kind of guy he is or anything?
No, I have.
Any
He's a real like family-oriented person, and you know, you can tell he has love and passion for the game, as well as teammates and, you know, his players, and that's really evident with what he brought in last spring.
How different is the defense schematically? Like, I mean, how big of a change was this, learning the new terminology and everything?
It wasn't a big change at all. We just have to learn new terminology, honestly, and it's just a different way of how he teaches it. He teaches it like really well and breaks down everything, and wants all the D-line to know coverages as well, and for the DBs to know what our stunts will be, so that the whole defense is on the same, you know, page.
But as far as your responsibilities, are you
They're
roughly
pretty
the
much
same?
similar, yeah.
And as for the defense, would you say it's pretty much similar with a few tweaks here and there?
Yeah, it's similar with a few tweaks here and there. They're still gonna have me rushing on third downs and stuff, but yeah.
When you look at that football, what kind of goes through your mind?
What football?
The award football, the Comeback Player of the Year.
Honestly, I don't even look at it too much. I just keep it there just because that's a space where I can keep it, but I don't look at it too much, you know. I focus on the goals I have of becoming first team All-American and to lead the nation in sacks, and I think that's what drives me.
So what's the number in mind for that? Like, do you
15.
have a target number? All right, good.
Are you assigning particular players? Like you want to get Caleb a couple times? You
I
want
want to
to
get every single quarterback a couple times.
Here.
Have you started looking at the Coastal Carolina quarterback at all, or is that down the road?
A little bit, but definitely focused that a little bit more down the road, definitely into like fall camp, but haven't got too much on him yet. Yeah.
Do you have a go-to move or a couple of favorite moves, or what's your best technique?
I think the move that I've perfected the most since being at University of Washington was like the Euro move, and Aaron Donald does it very well. And lately, it's just been kind of like perfecting like my craft off Max Crosby, and I think I move similar to him, and, like in ways, and yeah.
What is that? Can you tell us that move? What is that?
The Euro?
involve? Yeah.
Oh, it's like, you guys know basketball, like the little Euro
Yeah.
layup. It's kind of like that, but as I'm like bounding off like my inside foot, I'm bringing my inside arm to try and beat their hands, as well as bringing this backside arm to beat it if I miss with the first time. Yeah.
So how much do you actually work with the offense as far as like you guys do one-on-ones and you're trying to beat him and they're trying to beat you or whatever? How much do you actually work on helping him diffuse the stuff that you do, or is it all just like, hey, take it and you let the chips fall?
Well, during like one-on-ones during practice, like we'll give each other tips. Like afterwards, be like, yeah, like I felt like you didn't kick back quick enough or something like that. And over this past off season, some linemen would come out and they'd see me working. They'd be like, maybe you can get like, I can do some sets on you. You can tell me like Jalen Jeffers. He transferred from Oregon. He's a tackle, and one time he came out and was asking me like, can we do some one-on-ones? And you tell me like what you see when you're going up against me, and then I'll give you some tips too, and kind of just working off each other. So I think that's what it is.
A lot of our one-on-ones in practice is like, it's not about like winning or losing. I'd say it's more like trying new things, trying the new techniques. So that's what I like about our like one-on-one sessions in practice.
I like it too because like we're all close together too, so it's not a problem telling each other, fix this, or when I beat you this is why, or something like that. We're able to work off each other.
Dude, did you ever play any E-line, or has it been O-line all the way through?
Honestly, I wish when I started playing like high school football, I wanted to be a D lineman for sure. And then like my sophomore year of high school, I got moved to the O-line, and then that was just it from there.
I feel like I've heard that story before. It's like we aspire to be D-linemen, but then when you become an O-lineman, you're like, you understand.
Yeah, just like, I love like not having to run to the ball. Kind of. That's probably the best part about it. Yeah.
It's a good honest answer.
Yeah.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.